Good morning. During our seminary formation years, we used to have group discussions very often, depending on the topic which was relevant to that particular moment in time. I remembered very well the discussion we had on fasting just before we were about to enter the season of Lent. One senior brother who was about to finish his theological studies talked about fasting during the season of Lent. He said, fasting and abstinence are best done when there is a sacrifice involved on our part. We give up something we like. As a result, there is a little challenge in our daily living. So he told one of the younger brothers who used to skip his breakfast from time to time that he should also refrain from eating either lunch or dinner during the day of fasting and abstinence. It meant the brother should eat only one meal a day. But the truth of the matter is that the brother who skipped his breakfast is doing his fasting even during the ordinary days, and it was challenging enough for him to do so. To be relevant and meaningful to do fasting during the season of Lent would depend on the state of life one has and how far the person is willing to go. In our gospel, Jesus said to the apostles, "Whoever loves father and mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me." Here, Jesus Christ is saying that our relationship with him must be given priority over that of our parents and children. To be relevant and meaningful to the call of Jesus Christ at this gospel, it presupposes that, firstly, we must have developed a loving relationship with our parents and children. When we love our parents and children, we would do everything for them. Effort and sacrifice would not be an issue at all. On the other hand, it would mean nothing to someone who does not have a good relationship with his parents or children. Giving priority to God over family members would be meaningful and relevant only when we have a deep love for our family members. Secondly, to become true disciples also means that we must have a very deep relationship with God. How could we give priority to God over our family members if God is unimportant and irrelevant in our lives? It will not be possible that we give priority to God if we don't find it meaningful to do so. The radical way of following Jesus would require choosing God even to the extent of denying people we love and treasure most for the sake of following him. In our first reading, Prophet Elisha was given hospitality by Shunammite woman because she recognized that Elisha was holy and a man of God. She expanded her hospitality to him by providing a place to stay in their house. As a result, she was given a promise to have a child they longed to have in their family. The attitude of the woman in the gospel is something we can look into seriously, that she was not expecting anything in return when she offered hospitality to Prophet Elisha. She took care of the prophets because she recognized that he was a man of God. Without expectation, our entire focus would be on serving others from the bottom of our hearts. The gospel also reminds us that to participate in the mission of the church, we don't need to do extraordinary things, but to be sensitive to the needs of others by providing as little as giving a cup of cold water to someone who is thirsty. A cup of cold water may not have much monetary money value, but it is extremely refreshing for someone who is very thirsty and in need of a drink. Our willingness to serve our neighbors is much more important than what is being served. As we celebrate this Eucharist, let us pray that we may be able to put God as our top priority and participate in His mission in whatever little way we can within the confines of our lives.